Hello, I'm Acton Clarkin. This is a special edition of CBC Windsor News. It's our annual Make the Season Kind show. Across the country, CBC is supporting food banks with raising money for the holidays, including 15 in and around Windsor. Our Emma Loop is at Devonshire Mall with one of our food bank partners, and there's some donation collection happening. How's it going over there, Emma?
It's going great, Acton. We're just starting to get set up here at Devonshire. We'll be here till 7:30, and I am here with Linda from the Unemployed Help Center. She is really leading the charge on this campaign. Linda, tell me a little bit about why this campaign is so important.
Well, we're very fortunate because the campaigns like this not only brings in donations, but the most important thing is that it gives our community awareness, and people need to be aware of what is going on in our community and the need for food assistance.
Tell me a little bit about how the demand has risen over the years.
Yeah, well, ever since COVID, it just kept on going and going and going. So, back in the 80s, when food banks first came out of the woodworks, we were just an emergency service. Now people depend on us weekly to help us provide emergency food assistance.
Yeah, and what kind of people are you seeing coming through your doors every week?
Yeah, there's always that perspective of people on Ontario works or fixed incomes, but we're actually seeing an increase of people that are actually working, full-time jobs in our economy, rent, even our grocery costs. Everybody is struggling right now, so there is no particular person. It could be your grandparents, your mom, your dad, your sister, cousins, everybody, your neighbor is accessing a food bank nowadays.
And so is this a need that is all year round, or is it just around the holidays?
Well, we appreciate everything at the holidays. I mean, it definitely helps us because there is a great need during the holidays. But, summer months, we don't get that awareness, no campaigns in the summer. And we often say that, hunger doesn't take a vacation. Even though we're thankful at the holidays, people are really giving. We live in a very giving community. Windsor is very, very good to us, which we're really grateful for.
All right. So if you're in Windsor tonight, you want to come to Devonshire Mall, United Unemployed Help Center is here. We have a tap machine this year to make giving even easier, and there's all the information you need right here at Devonshire Mall.
Great stuff. We'll check in with you again in a bit. CBC's Make the Season Kind is supporting 15 food banks in the Windsor area, including programs run by the Unemployed Help Center of Windsor. I'm at the Leamington Regional Food Hub to find out how UHC is rescuing food.
It started in 2012. We were rescuing about 100,000 pounds of product a year. Now we are up to about 4 million pounds a year. So we have about 16 to 18,000 square feet.
Ollie Bazzi manages the Unemployed Help Center's food rescue program. When local farmers have produce to donate, Bazzi and his team will pick it up, bring it back to this food hub, sort it, then send it off to partner food banks and community kitchens. Most of what they get was destined for a landfill because it doesn't meet the bar for grocery stores.
They might be a little bit soft, but nothing wrong with them. It's the same product that you really buy from the store. You know what I mean? Sometimes, it's the shape, the size, or it's a little bit ripe.
According to Food Banks Canada, the number of people using food banks is growing. In March, nearly 2.2 million people used one across the country, a record high. The program's small crew of staff and volunteers, alongside Food Hub employees, share the duties of coordinating logistics, driving trucks, and doing the heavy lifting.
Usually, our morning starts with loading up the shipments for the produce, especially vegetables that we pick up from the farms as a donations. And then we load them up in the carrier trailers so that they can go and shipped up to the donation centers.
Singh is one of several people on site who say they feel good about doing this work.
Oh, I've always loved driving truck. I can handle a truck like it's a go-kart, so it's like a piece of cake for me. And I just love, meeting up with the people and talking with the people. I just love people.
As for Bazzi, who has been working with the UHC for nearly 2 decades, the rewards he feels from helping people keep him going.
It felt like, you're doing something for the community. It felt like, it made sense to me to do it.
To date, his team has saved more than 40 million pounds of food from being thrown out. Acton Clarkin, CBC News, Leamington. Positive vibes all around, and Colette Kennedy always brings that positivity too. Colette, can you give us a peek at the forecast?
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that, Acton, especially after last night when our temperature dropped down to, well, minus 15.5, but let's go ahead and call it minus 16, right? And right now we're at minus 3, but it feels like minus 9 because of the wind chill. We will actually warm up ahead of a cold front. I mean, at least warm up somewhat ahead of this cold front, getting above freezing for tomorrow and a milder overnight of minus 4. But then there's another round of cold air that's going to be coming in. So some flurries are possible tomorrow. As for that next round of cold air and what those temperatures look like and the timeline, I'll have that coming up.
Thanks. Chat again later.
Okay.
Canada's economy added 54,000 jobs last month, and the national unemployment rate is down. That's according to new numbers from Statistics Canada. Dawson Chen digs into the data here in Windsor.
There's been further improvement of Windsor's jobless rate. The latest Statistics Canada numbers show the city ended the month of November with 8.1% unemployment. That's a 1.5% decrease in Windsor unemployment compared to the end of October. Justin Falconer, CEO of Workforce Windsor Essex, says that represents around 5,500 people finding work over the past month.
There's a lot to rejoice over. I think the other big thing is, we've been on this roller coaster since, February. At one point we were, we had lost, over 14,100 positions, and now we've climbed out of that hole and actually set a new all-time employment record for the area.
Falconer says more than 246,000 people are now employed in Windsor Essex. The biggest job gains have been in healthcare, social work, education, and manufacturing. StatsCan's update puts Windsor 10th on the unemployment ranking of major Canadian cities. Windsor currently has lower unemployment than Brantford, Oshawa, and Toronto. It's a big difference compared to this past summer when Windsor at times had the highest unemployment in the country. Andrea Ducharme, lead job developer for the UHC Hub of Opportunities, says there's always a wave of hiring in retail and hospitality for the holiday season, but she expects to soon see more hiring in the manufacturing sector as companies prepare staffing for the new year.
We see that some employers are preparing for 2026, and we do have an upcoming job fair, for example. So we see some people preparing now for the January season.
Windsor isn't the only place where more people have jobs. StatsCan says the country overall has seen more employment over the past 3 months. Canada's current overall unemployment rate is 6.5%. Dawson Chen, CBC News, Windsor.
This may look like your average trailer, but students at St. John's Evangelist hope what's inside will become a tool of empathy used on future construction projects delayed by archaeological finds.
I'm a part of a first LEGO robotics team, and basically one part of that is the innovation, which means you have to come up with a solution to a real-world problem related to that year's theme. So this year's theme is Unearthed, which is all about archaeology. So we had to find a problem that's related to archaeology and find a way to solve it.
So the grade 8s came up with an innovation where they identified the problem at the local dig sites, and so they met with former Mayor Bain to uncover what some of those frustrations were.
One thing they struggle with is getting people to understand the importance of archaeology and the importance of finding the past. So that's when we came up with our idea. So we have a trailer, and basically you're going to walk inside and it's going to feel like you're transported. We have a whole bunch of different sounds and smells. We want to have it at dig sites so that people can go through and learn about the dig site that is happening, because a lot of people tend to get frustrated with the delays and the costs of dig sites.
The thing that they're most proud of is this avatar that they built with a knowledge base of a girl from an Anishinaabe culture.
So this is an AI system that simulates an AI girl, so you can ask it any question and it will give you an answer. What kind of food do you eat?
We eat foods from the land and water like wild rice, fish, berries, and game animals. Today we also enjoy maize, beans, and squash.
They thought if people could have more of an empathetic approach to this, care more about this, and be connected to these digs a little bit more, that they maybe would be a bit more patient, that the degrees of frustration would be lessened by that experience.
There are not yet any plans to deploy this project in the public, but students hope it will become commonplace. I'm Ken Amlin, CBC News, Windsor.
The Prime Minister is in Washington, meeting Friday with Donald Trump on the sidelines of the FIFA World Cup draw. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum also in the talks. Their chat comes ahead of next year's mandatory review of the Canada-US-Mexico trade agreement. You might know it as CUSMA. Mark Carney's office says the three leaders met alone for about 45 minutes and agreed to, quote, keep working together on CUSMA. Now, I mentioned that World Cup draw. It happened at Washington's Kennedy Centre. Canada is hosting part of this year's tournament in Toronto and Vancouver, and the first round group matchups have been decided. Canada is in a group with Switzerland, Qatar, and one more yet-to-be-determined team. In the World Cup, they'll play a round robin with at least the top two teams in the group advancing. At this draw, President Trump received an award soccer's governing body has never given out before. It's called the FIFA Peace Prize. The head of FIFA's governing body has developed a relationship with the American president. Now, Netflix is set to buy Warner Brothers in a blockbuster $72 billion deal, shifting the entertainment industry. Now, the agreement would hand one of Hollywood's oldest assets to the streaming giant. As part of the deal, Netflix would take over HBO, HBO Max, and DC Studios, helping fend off competition from Disney and Paramount. The bid still needs approval from U.S. regulators. As part of our Make the Season Kind push to support food banks, we meet all kinds of generous people, hear heartwarming stories. On Friday morning, one of the community's biggest backers of this campaign and food banks joined our Windsor Morning radio show.
I want to know what you think about. I want to know who you are.
This is someone who's been donating to Make the Season Kind since it began, back when this program was called Sounds of the Season. And we can count on her being part of the holiday spirit. Joan Murphy-Walker joins us in the studio. Welcome.
Hello, Amy.
You're very festive. You have definitely collected some CBC merch over the years.
That's right.
Yeah, you have the hat, the shirt, the scarf, that CBC?
CBC Christmas ball.
Yeah, you have stuff that I don't have, and I haven't seen before. This is beautiful.
I've been around a little longer than you.
Maybe. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. What draws you to this cause every year?
Oh, just people's distress and, the fact that they need food and, like it's a local cause, so we give to that, right?
I want to be with you. Like all the time.
There's a lot more coverage all about kindness still ahead, but first we've got talented musician Joe Graham here with an original song created just for this show. It's called Good Old Fashioned Christmas. You can find it on iTunes soon, but hey, take it away.
The snow is falling on the sidewalks of this town. Most street lights glowing, but you can't hear a sound. Then I hear a note that I can go on saying, and it puts me in a good old-fashioned way. It's a good old-fashioned Christmas with little touch of the blues, mistletoe and memories. When the time is right, the light will shine on you. We're packed to the party, up in my car. Piles of presents for the young at heart. Then I feel alive, only a child can see. And happiness becomes a part of me. It's a good old-fashioned Christmas, a little touch of the blues, a mistletoe and memories. When the time is right, the light will shine on you. It's a good old-fashioned.
In Kind show supporting local food banks. Let's head to Devonshire Mall with Emma, our reporter there. She's been chatting with people donating for a couple of hours. And Emma, I've heard you've got a guest with you. Can you fill us in?
Yeah, so I am here with Ricky. He's been volunteering with the Unemployed Help Center for about a year. Ricky, tell me a little bit about how you got involved.
I came down about 4 years ago to get clean, and I did my 3 months to React and started volunteering at the food bank, and I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah, and you got involved through Hand in Hand, right? Tell me a bit about more of that. Tell me what kind of organization it is.
It's got 2 different programs in there. Like once you finish your 8 weeks of React, and you do 4 weeks of volunteer at the food bank, and you keep going volunteering unless you get a job, or if you move out or whatever,
Yeah, so tell me, what's it been like volunteering?
It's been great. I enjoy giving back to the community and stuff, and it just helps me keep out of my head and keep clean and stuff.
Right, and have you been able to meet new people, make new connections?
Yeah, I've met a lot of good people doing it, and got a few jobs out of the deal too, like a lot of nice people.
That's awesome. Well, Ricky is one of the people who gives out the food 3 times a week at the Unemployed Help Center. They've got rising demand, and so we are doing this campaign called the Make the Season Kind campaign, and we will be here on this Friday night at Devonshire Mall with ways that you can donate if you're interested. Now, if you do come see us in person, we also have some fun giveaways going on. You can fill out one of these cards that have different prompts on them. This one is to write a kind message. And people who submit one of these, they are entered for a chance to win one of these lovely little CBC ornaments. And they might also be featured in our coverage next week. We're going to highlight some of these great stories that you guys tell us tonight.
Thanks, Emma. I'm headed over there to join you soon. We'll be around, as you said, until 7:30 Friday night, so see you there in a bit. I'm impressed. Our snow on the ground here at home is sticking around, but Windsor isn't the only place looking the part for the holidays. In Poland, people got together for a traditional holiday crib competition, complete with a parade of homemade nativity scenes. In this tradition, contestants make models of Krakow's historic buildings as the backdrop for those nativity scenes. The models run the gamut from basic pieces made by kids to full-blown works of art crafted by model makers. The best of the bunch get a spot in a museum. This competition has been running for more than 80 years, but the tradition dates all the way back to the 19th century when carpenters and bricklayers built nativity sets for some extra scratch during those quiet winter months. Before we come back with a full look at your weekend forecast, take in some more tunes from Joe Graham. This one's another original called Simmer Down.
Thank you. Stepping out on an evening stroll, I've got this hand to hold me close and all apart. And too much sun to see the stars, too much heart to fire up, rolled over boiling. Simmer down, simmer up, babe, I am waiting for you. Simmer up, babe, you're rolling on my mind. Too much sun, too much fire, little dancing on the wire. Simmer up, babe, feel now, simmer down. Putting little hits to bed, I can't keep up with the dead that time. Poor old town. Too much stars to see the sun, too much heart to fire up. Run over boiling, simmer down, simmer up, babe, I'm waiting for you. Simmer up, babe, you're rolling on my mind. Too much sun, too much fire, dancing on the wire. Simmer up, baby, and now simmer down.
Since it's our Make the Season Kind show, we couldn't end without hearing from the kindest meteorologist around. Colette, what are you tracking for us this weekend?
I don't know about that, but I appreciate the sentiment. Well, a few things here. First of all, a little bit of a gentle warm-up and then a bit of a cool down. But this is a pattern we need to kind of get used to because it's really the setup that we're getting for December. -3 currently in Windsor, -2 Chatham-Kent. We've got that southwesterly flow of the winds, so winds 20 to 25 kilometers an hour, the sustained winds, and that gives us our wind chill of -9. Same thing for Sarnia and Goderich, -10 in London and Chatham-Kent. It feels like -8 there. So we do have another front. So the pattern is really we get these Alberta clippers that move through. They move through quickly. They don't put a lot of snow down other than in areas that are prone to lake effect snows. And we get a bit of a warm up ahead of them and then a bit of a cool down comes behind them. And so that's why it's the up and down. At least each one is kind of short-lived. So some cloud cover certainly for us tonight into tomorrow. I think we'll have a few flurries as well from time to time, maybe even a little bit of light freezing drizzle. So do be aware of that. But primarily, I think you'll just notice the clouds that we're going to be dealing with, and then maybe getting some sunny breaks or kind of a mix of sun and cloud when we get into Saturday afternoon. But through the overnight tonight, it is encouraging to see that after having almost -16 for the low last night, our temperature is a snapshot here around 2 a.m. and you can see those readings are on the milder side. Even if we can't seem to get our daytime highs back up to seasonal for this time of year, still running almost 5 degrees below, but 1 for the high on Saturday. Some flurries possible again on Sunday, and then there comes the next round of cold air. So Monday morning will be a chilly one. -10 and only warming to -4.
Thanks, Colette.
You're welcome.
That's our show, folks. Thanks for watching and for making the season kind. Now, Joe will be at Bright Lights Festival on the 19th, but for now, he's going to play us out.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight. Walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. Sing a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's Parson Brown. You see, I am married with an old man. You could do the job when you're in town. Later on, we're inspired as a dream.